This is KGW News at Sunrise.
Today, the Portland City Council is set to vote on Mayor Ted Wheeler's proposed daytime camping ban. But it looks like not all commissioners are on board. Our Devin Haskins will have the latest coming up.
Also going green with a new app that'll tell you how much carbon was produced during the construction of your home. How it works, coming up at 5:15.
And we are also live this morning in Northeast Portland, behind the scenes of the Rose Festival's float production facility. Yes, getting that behind the scenes sneak peek. So here's the deal. Brenda, Christine, Christopher, Rodney. The big parade is this Saturday. We're talking about the Grand Floral Parade. So we'll show you some of the floats that are going to be in this year's parade. And real quickly, for viewers who may be tuning in for the first time this morning, when I say Brenda, Christine, and Christopher Rodney, that is the first names of all four people there, not just the first and middle name of two of the people. Does that make sense?
No.
I don't get it, but that's okay. Me too. I was trying to follow.
It's all right. You can catch up and explain yourself a little bit later.
Have a cup of coffee.
Yeah, or two. Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday, middle of the week. Am I right?
Yep.
It's mild outside today.
Yeah, we hit 92 yesterday, so you hit 92. It typically stays a little bit warmer the following morning, and that's where we are. Satellite picture for you. We have some scattered rain showers, and notice these are all the way up near and even north of Baker City, getting up into parts of Umatilla County. We have a thunderstorm threat for those of you in central and eastern Oregon that will be much farther north today than we've seen the last couple of days. And Portland will be sunny, I think, but not the perfectly clear skies that we have been dealing with. There's Mount St. Helens over on the left, some pretty blue sky colors. 62, as Brenda mentioned, is the early morning number, 77 at noon. Today, most of the valley should hold underneath 90, although 90 is still possible. I've got Portland at 89 degrees. Your complete forecast is coming up. Here's Chris McGinnis.
Rod, let's take a quick look at the roads on the east side, rolling out of Oregon City south towards Westland. This is I-205, obviously heading down towards the Abernathy Bridge. We're in pretty good shape on that side of town. West side looks good. Highway 26 at the Sylvan Hill wide open, and a quick check of the trip out of Clark County will take you up to I-5 near 78th. I'm pointing this out because, once again, northbound I-5, the left lane is closed between Main Street and 78th today and tomorrow until 4 p.m. for some culvert repair work in that area. So far, though, guys, light volume, no crashes, no unexpected delays.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks, Chris. A large fire gutted an industrial business in Salmon Creek this morning. Flames destroyed the property and 6 other businesses. No one was hurt. Calls came in just before midnight. People saying they could see flames around the Pacific Biocontrol building on Northeast 13th Court. Firefighters from Vancouver as well as Clark Cowlitz Fire all responded.
A lot of people's livelihoods were at stake with this building, so they're trying to figure out exactly what they're going to do tomorrow morning or this morning when their employees come to work, and there's really not much left.
Public documents show the 100,000 square foot building was worth nearly $2 million. We don't know the names of the other businesses that burned.
This afternoon, Portland City Council could vote on a daytime camping ban. It was introduced last week after hours of public testimony and protests outside City Hall.
Yeah, for more on this, we'll bring in our Devin Haskins this morning. And Devin, sounds like not all the commissioners are on board with this.
Yeah, correct, Christine. And it has to do with the punishments given to those camping during the day. For instance, if a person is warned 3 times to move their tent, they could face fines or jail time. Well, for that reason, Commissioner Carmen Rubio says she will vote no, telling KGW the ordinance crosses the line of punishing people just for being homeless. She also wants more shelter sites before a ban is enacted. On the other side, Commissioners Dan Ryan and Renee Gonzalez both telling KGW they do plan to vote yes on the camping ban. Gonzalez says he wants to see stronger rules around tents near schools and non-city run shelters and make it easier to break up large tent encampments. He says jail time for daytime camping is unlikely. Here's Commissioners Renee Gonzalez and Dan Ryan.
I think it's long overdue. Portlanders have been demanding some real changes on our streets, so I think it's a step in the right direction.
We need to provide services that they'll say yes to, and we need to stop enabling and just allowing people to do illegal things on the street.
Again, that City Council hearing is this afternoon. If there are any changes made to the ordinance, there would be more public testimony. Then it would be followed by a vote. As it stands right now, it would ban daytime camping from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. and for 24 hours in certain areas like schools. If it passes, it would take effect next month. Christine?
Okay, thank you, Devin. We're also checking in with the city's latest safe rest village in North Portland near the Peninsula Crossing Trail. The Peninsula Crossing Village has only been open for a couple weeks now, but some people living nearby are already worried. Homeowners and renters in the area say they've noticed things like drug use, dozens of cars speeding up and down the roads, and loud noise in and outside the village. We spoke to the chair of the University Park Neighborhood Association, who says there seems to be some improvement, at least since the site first opened.
Urban Alchemy initially just focused on what's inside the fence. Now they are sending their staff around here. That's happened since Sunday.
The village is now fully operational with 67 residents at last count. The people living there all used to camp along the Peninsula Crossing Trail.
And an update to a story that we've been covering for the last few months. In less than a week, Legacy Health will reopen its birth center at Mount Hood Medical in Gresham. Legacy closed the center in March without the required state approval. At the time, it blamed staffing challenges and not many babies being born there. The president of Mount Hood Medical Center has now released a statement apologizing for the stress, confusion, and disruption. The birth center will reopen on June 13th.
Well, the Rose Festival continues this weekend with one of its biggest events. Of course, we're talking about the Grand Floral Parade.
That is the granddaddy of them all. Drew Carney is in the float barn this morning for a sneak peek at some of what you'll see. Hey, Drew.
Hey there, Brenda and Christine. That's right. This is a live look this morning at one of the floats that will be featured in this year's Grand Floral Parade. The float barn, as you described it, has bounced around town over the years. This present facility is in Northeast Portland, and right now I'm going to introduce the woman behind the operation, so to speak. She's the manager of this float production facility in Northeast Portland, Wasita. We have lots of floats to check out this morning, but I am curious because there appears to be a headless creature on some sort of bench or chair here. Whose float is this, and what the heck is the theme?
This is Alaska Airlines, and they are a moose. This will be a moose relaxing on the beach. He just came back from a flight, and he is on vacation.
So as you describe that, you're really asking people to use their imaginations to see the finished product, because there is clearly still work to be done. But man, parade day is on Saturday, so the countdown is on. How many volunteers would you say are really needed to make sure that you can pull off a parade like this in the way you like to pull it off?
We like about 100 volunteers a day,
100
or
a day?
more. Yeah, and they can come down for an hour. They can come down all day. They can come down, whatever time they can give. It just helps get the float more parade ready.
Well, if you don't have that imagination working yet on this Wednesday morning, here's a look at what this float will look like when it's all said and done. The Alaska Airlines float with the vacationing moose gang. We will have more from inside the production facility here in Northeast Portland coming up a little bit later this hour.
The transformation is absolutely stunning. I can't wait to see more. And I'm telling you, your forecast this year is looking, well.
Yeah, we're dry, we're comfortable, we're in the 70s. I mean, it potentially is overcast, at least when the parade starts Saturday morning, but right now I don't see any chance of any rain. Here's a look at our dry streak, which will continue today. So yesterday was the 22nd day, no rain. Today will become day 23. So again, we're over 3 weeks now. I am looking at a rain chance. So the 14th would be Wednesday of next week. It doesn't look like much, but it's there. And then we're still eyeing this. And Chris McGinnis walked into the weather office this morning and reminded me that if it's raining on the 21st day of June, that's actually the first day of summer this year. So could it be raining on the first day of summer? We'll see. We'll take whatever we can get, right? We continue to grow a deficit in the water year department. We have rain showers today that will be developing, and thunderstorms eventually much farther to the north than we've been seeing. Remember, much of the action the last several days has been down in south central Oregon and maybe up to around the Burns area. Now we've got even a heavy shower up in Umatilla County, south of Pendleton currently. Absolutely, if you're going to be over in Central Oregon today, or you're watching us from Central Oregon, good morning, you have a thunderstorm threat today. I don't think any action along the Cascades would get north of Mount Jefferson. Partly cloudy skies out there to begin. We're at 62, very warm, summer-like feeling morning. It's 50 in Newport. Remember, Newport had actually dipped into the 30s at this time yesterday morning, so there's a nice warm up. 57 in Bend, 56 in Baker City. Generally, everybody's pretty comfortable out the door. A Futurecast movie for you. Not the perfectly clear day that we have been seeing, but there will be mostly sunny overall. I think Portland, Salem, and Vancouver. Some cloudiness expected along the coast at times, and here come the thunderstorms popping up later today at 4 p.m. All right, let's get you to our forecast numbers. Weather models keep us much warmer today. To me, this looks to be too cool, but we'll see. About the time I doubt the auto forecast programs, I'm wrong and the machine is right. So we'll see. That shows Salem at 83. Yesterday, you folks hit 91. I still think we're at least going to be near 90 in some spots. The hottest yesterday in the metro area I saw was 93 for you folks out in Troutdale. I've got Portland today 89, tomorrow 82. It's 77. There's Grand Floral Parade Saturday, clouds of sun and 76. Very comfortable and dry, and then warming up into the first part of next week. Chris McGinnis is here with a look at your traffic.
Rod, today we are talking about good energy. The first Wednesday of every month, we focus on local businesses that are doing good for the environment. And a local startup, Carbon Title, is working hard to raise awareness of carbon in the construction process. That's coming up after the break.